Hello everybody and welcome back to Ugly Dog Lures. So I had a viewer ask me how I mix my paints and the consistency of my paints. So I've got them out here and we're just going to mix them. We're going to start with our folk art paint, which you can thin with water too. I don't like to. I prefer reducer, but you can thin it with water and you get away just fine with that. So we're going to start and we're going to mix a little bit of this Mossy Meadow. It's a folk art. So let's just get a few drops in there and I'll show you how I mix it. It's something that you gotta have to learn pretty much yourself, as because each airbrush is a little bit different, but I can get you started on the right path. Maybe 1, 2 drops.
Explain what that is, Dave.
Huh?
I said explain what that is.
This is 4012 reducer. I buy it at Hobby Lobby and it's just a paint reducer. So, and then we're just going to mix that up. And get it kind of to the consistency we want. You can, once that you start mixing a lot of paint, you'll be able to tell. Let's put another drop. There's the drop. Yeah, we're right where we need to be there, folks. So that's 3 drops of reducer in there. If you'll watch, let me get enough paint on there to do it. See how it's starting to run down my finger? That will go through your airbrush very easily right there. So that's a folk art color there, that Mossy Meadow. Well, I'm going to wipe my finger off and I'll just wipe this little tray out and we'll reuse it. How about that?
Just use another one, I'll wash them.
Yeah, we can take them in the house and wash them too. They're just little plastic cheap trays. So, you know, it's like I said, depending on needle size and everything else, that's just something that you're going to figure out as you're going. Let's jump in here to our Createx, and this is a transparent. I always shake my paints good. And this, you're supposed to be able to blow through an airbrush. I can with my gun.
I can't with mine.
But she can't with hers because of the different size of the needles and the tips. So it is pretty thin already. Let's just put a few drops. That was 5 drops. And let's come and put 2 drops in there and just wipe that stick off. Use it again. Get me a good mix on that and see where we're at. The more you do it, the more you'll be able to tell without having to use your finger. That's just how we learned when we was learning. There she goes. So that will blow through my airbrush, but it will not blow through her airbrush. So put another drop. Give her a mix. That will now blow through her airbrush. So,
And it took us forever to figure that out because I thought it was just me doing something wrong. And here
it all depends on nozzle size, needle size,
yeah,
your tip. It all depends on all of that. So depends on your airbrush. Depends on what pressure you blowing. I mean, there's a lot of things that factor into that. I don't know where I set that other one. So
I have it.
oh, okay. Well, that's why I can't find it, because she took it away from me. So now this is Anita's paint. It's another one that you can thin with water. I like these paints quite a bit. I like all of them.
These are also, if you mess up, you can take the lure and
It got
wash
about
it
that much red.
and reuse the lure.
Yeah.
If you wash it before you put epoxy on it.
And we put about 4 drops in there on that one. And we'll start thinning it out. It works so much better in the little round cups because I can really get in there and dig it, but I can't on these. I'll have paint everywhere.
But you can see in these better.
Yeah, only for the video. So, give it a good mix. And let's see where we're at. Perfect. See how it runs down that finger? That'll blow right on through either airbrush. Easy. So, and if you get it too thin, it's going to run on your lure. So, just that slide coming down that finger works just fine.
Maybe you can just set them off to the side because that paint just peels out when it dries. And then I can wash them. Okay,
and now our last one is a metallic paint. And we have chosen Gunmetal Gray. One of my favorite paints to use. So, and it is a folk art paint, but it's a metallic paint, so it's quite a bit thicker, different consistency. So, put about that much in there. 1, 2, 3. 3 drops, and we'll go from there. I think we probably ought to do a color shift too. Let's pick one up over there, would you? So that's I can tell right now that it's fine. See it running down that finger, folks? That's about the speed you want. That'll blow right through my airbrush.
You want purple or green?
I don't care. It don't matter.
I like that one.
Okay, now let's do a color shift. And it's also a folk art. So we'll do a purple one right quick. See how thick that is? Don't know why I did that. That's where I'm going next. Well, let's start with 1, 2 drops and go from there. Now this color shift is actually, it shifts from purple to gold on this particular one. And you can make your own color shift paint, but that's a whole new video on down the road somewhere. I made some yesterday. I can tell you right now that that is still too thick. We'll just add another drop or 2 in there. There we go. And thin it out. But it's like I was saying, it depends on your brush, and you don't want it water thin. You want it to be a kind of a milk consistency. So there we go. So I hope this helps everybody.
Should we do a glaze?
Yeah, we can do a glaze. If you'll hand me one up there. A Dragonfly Glaze. That's not a glaze, it's in the other, on the end. There you go. This is a Dragonfly Glaze, and this is a glitter. Got a lot of glitter in it. See how pretty that color shift purple is? See it there? That is a pretty color. So the glaze has got a lot of glitter in it, and it's going to take a lot more thinning. And I have videos on this glaze. So let's put about that much. You can see it right there. That's quite a few drops in there, but I wanted it to be big enough for everybody to tell. So let's start this with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just left the purple on that stick. I don't really care. And get a good mix on it. Now you can see how much glitter is in there. And glitter is not real easy to blow through your air gun. And I can already tell you it's too thick.
I'll show it how it's too thick. At least that camera.
See there how slow that moves? That's still too thick. So let's put one more drop in there. And mix it good. And test it again. After you do it a while, you'll be able to tell right off. There you go. That will blow through my airbrush just fine.
I haven't ever tried it in my airbrush, so I can't tell you whether it works or not.
So if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'll be glad to talk to you about it. You know, it's like I've always said, everybody has their own way. It's not particularly that one man's way is wrong and another man's way is right. It's just how you feel comfortable doing when you're mixing your paints.
And you don't have to go out and spend a fortune.
No, a lot of guys like the candy colors, and I've been contemplating that, but the candy colored kit is very expensive. You know, and at some time I will buy it, but I don't know when. So
I don't see the point. This stuff works really good.
yeah, this stuff works good, and then once you epoxy it, it's set. I've got some old baits back there that I painted quite a few years back that are just fine, and they still look bright and new. So yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you're comfortable with. If you want candy colors, by all means get them. But if you're starting out and learning, use your apple barrel paints, your folk art paints. You know, these aren't that expensive. They're like $7 a bottle.
Show them your color wheel.
My color wheel.
Yeah.
I don't have no idea. This is a color wheel right here.
And it starts with primary colors, so you have
Yeah.
red, yellow, and blue. It's on the other side.
Yeah.
And then it shows you how to mix and get the colors that you're
that you
looking for.
desire. My daughter gave me this.
Came from Hobby Lobby.
Came from Hobby Lobby, so I use it some, but a lot of times I just wing it. I kind of know in my head what colors I'm wanting, so I just do that. But I have used this before, so by all means get one of these and add it to your arsenal. I want to see the people that are just starting out painting. I want to see your baits.
Yeah. And then show them how you do your recipes with your cards.
You never know, I might want to purchase a bait from you to put up in my cabinet because I collect other painters' baits. So now let me show you, on every bait that I do, I write a recipe card of what colors I've used, what kind of bait it is, what I named the bait up here. If it's a 1.5, 2.5 S crank, top water crank baits, medium divers, deep divers, whatever, I'll write it here. Then the hook size out here. And then I'll write whether it got glitter or not. The glitter I actually put on with my epoxy, except for the Dragonfly Glaze. So I keep a recipe of my baits, and that's something y'all probably ought to think about. Just a good idea, you know, because I'm old and I can't remember every damn thing
But
anymore.
every bait he does is in one-of-a-kind bait.
Yeah,
So
ain't two of them alike.
when he finishes painting it, he puts it in that bag.
Yeah, this is a crawl that I did yesterday. It's got all the colors on it, the kind it is, and it's got the, I put number 6 mustad hooks on it, and we call it the Georgia Clay Crawl.
And then it has
So-
the code number on the back.
Yeah, and then it has a barcode right here. And that barcode peels off and goes onto the packaging. So pretty simple. We'd be so glad to help anybody out just starting. Just let us know what you need. Folks, remember you need to get your stuff in for the camera giveaway. We want a 30-second to 3-minute clip of what you're going to YouTube, and we're going to give I think it's about a $500 camera.
With all the stuff that's
with all the stuff, the accessories, battery packs, batteries. We're going to be giving that away to help a new YouTuber start. So please get your little videos in and send them to, let Melissa explain that.
Send the entries to uglydoglures.gmail.com.
Yep. And then we're going to let the viewers vote on it as to who gets the camera.
And if we don't get entries, we're going to skip it and wait until the middle of the summer and try to give it away again.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to happen. So remember, like, subscribe, and share. And remember, if you need anything, just message us. Sometimes I'm at work and I can't get right back to you, but I'll get back to you as soon as I check my phone. So y'all have a very blessed day, and we'll catch you later.